Good evening once again. Thank you for joining us for the second edition of UBC News Tonight with me, Moureen Babirye, on the 2nd of August 2026. In our first report tonight, President Museveni has warned against excessive bride price and extravagant weddings, warning that the growing commercialization of marriage is discouraging many young people from starting families. He made the remarks at the Okuhinjira ceremony of State Minister Alice Kaboyo's daughter in Kiruhura district. We have a report.
A colourful Okuhinjira ceremony of Kisha Isabel Bianjeru Kaboyo and Aaron Muije Kafureka brought together family members, cultural leaders and senior government officials in Kiruhura district. President Museveni called for a return to the true meaning of the Wanyankole marriage tradition.
Parents, okujugisa. Why are you selling your children? Why? What is the problem? 16 cows, I don't know how many cows. This is... Why do you have to get wealth through children? Why can't you work for wealth yourself?
He also urged families to avoid costly wedding ceremonies and asked religious leaders to speak against unnecessary spending.
Gaza kuteganisa abantu amadinyi ge sente gakereza abantu okushwera bishop ikigambo ekyo enjiri mubaburingira abantu abo.
The president said he attended the ceremony in recognition of Alice Kaboyo's long service and loyalty to the NRM.
And they found that I was busy making plan for the house, So they made a cartoon in their paper. They had a paper called The People. Said they took my photograph when I was driving a pickup. Said pickup more comfortable than the bush. They put it in, making fun of me. So because of that, I always remember her as one of the people who helped me to confuse UPC.
He recounted that Kaboyo joined his family in 1979 while still a student and unknowingly became part of the efforts that concealed preparations for the liberation struggle following the disputed 1980 general election.
She went to Nairobi and joined Mama Janet and helped in looking after our children, Mohozi, Natasha, Patience, Diana. They were there in Nairobi together from when she had finished O-level. She joined them.
Kaboyo described the occasion as a blessing from God and thanked President Museveni for honoring her invitation despite his busy schedule. Museveni also urged livestock farmers in the cattle corridor to conserve pasture, protect water sources and prepare for prolonged dry seasons.
During the dry season. That's why in Europe, where they have winter for half of the year, they grow the pasture during when there is no winter. They harvest the pasture, keep it, and feed the cows in winter. That's what we need to do here.
Vice President Jessica Alupo congratulated the couple and wished them a peaceful and lasting marriage.
Use this moment to thank Alice and her family for inviting all of us here. And we are indeed very happy and comfortable and enjoying ourselves in this occasion. Thank you for extending the invitation to us. Secondly, I congratulate Kisha and Aaron on your special day of Okuhinjira.
During the ceremony, Kisha was formally handed over to Aaron Mwije Kafureka, marking the traditional union of the two families ahead of the couple's marriage. The Okuhinjira ceremony is one of the Banyankoli's most treasured cultural traditions, formally signifying the giving away of a bride by her family to the groom's family. It symbolizes the union of families, blessings for the couple, and the preservation of cultural heritage. This ceremony was also attended by Deputy Speaker Thomas Taibwa, senior government officials and military officers. I'm Benon Mukwaya, UBC News.
In other news, the President of the Democratic Republic of Congo, His Excellency Felix Tshisekedi, has gifted Uganda People's Defense Forces under Operation Shuja with 10 brand new Land Cruiser utility pickup trucks to appreciate a job well done in fighting ADF terrorists who have terrorized the people of Congo and Uganda. While handing over the vehicles on behalf of the President, the Governor, North Kivu Major General Somo Kakule Everest, said the President was appreciative of the good working relationship between the DRC government and Uganda and the two armies' joint operations against the ADF terrorists. The vehicles will help in intensifying operations against the remaining ADF terrorists in order to restore complete security in the region. The Ituri governor appreciated the efforts of the joint forces of FARDC and UPDF for peace and calm in eastern DR Congo. Major General Stephen Mugerwa, the UPDF Joint Task Force Commander Operation Shuja and Commander of the Mountain Infantry Division, received the vehicles on behalf of the UPDF and Ugandan government. Speaking at the same function in Beni, Major General Mugerwa, on behalf of the Commander-in-Chief, His Excellency General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the President of Uganda, and the Chief of Defense Forces, UPDF, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, thanked His Excellency President Tshisekedi for the good gesture towards the UPDF and promised that the joint forces will not rest until all the ADF terrorists are wiped out completely from eastern DRC. Now, the Prime Minister of Uganda, Robinah Nabbanja, today spent part of the day in Kalerwe Market, supporting traders to boost their small businesses. The Prime Minister, on behalf of the President, gave out cash directly to several traders in the market. The Prime Minister said this has been done by the President to support small business communities in this particular market.
Naye je muri yeba kuwa muzei karuru
Zanali siyanga kusekeza muzei nayo la leo zidito mulundi ogwokubiri era mama Nabbanja abeerewo n'ekitafu abeerewo abeewo mama Nabbanja ne Kaguta Museveni abeewo okuvola yagwa mu nsiko ndi naye tukwa naye twebaza nnyo Pulezidenti Museveni ngenda kuyamba kibaasa ebbaasa ngenda kwongeramu gye mbadde nsuubula bannange ebbaasa ile eriwe zibale emu biri satu nya tano mukaaga musanvu munana mwenda kumi. President mugamba nti tweyanziza nnyo tweyanze eyebale kugiza ku basuubuzi teyabeewo emitwalo 2 bweddu n'agituwa tugenda kwongera mu kapito bizinensi zaffe zikulaakulane. Mpagira gavumenti sifunangayo kintu leero ne PDM saazifuna lwero lwenso ne Pulezidenti Museveni tukwagala nnyo taata wano enere bujjulu awefirine mwami Nabbanja webale nnyo yebale kwagala bakyala babutale yebale tubeerawo kannange njogedde ku kapito wange mundaala gwange Prime Minister
ne Museveni.
Yaje mwami mwagala nnyo. Nenda kufirako. Mitwala abiri. Badde President Museveni ebbanga lyonna naye badde siryanга ku ssente ze mama nabbanja abeewo.
Nze Museveni yatumye okubalaba.
Badde. Sante muziraba sabdi. Sabo wangala President Museveni. Wangala mama Janet Kataha Museveni. Tukusabira.
Ni musanyufu nti tuwadde abantu abasukka mu 100 era buli muntu ng'adde afuna ssente mitwalo 2 basobole okwejja kuba zino ssente zakuwa buwi si zakuzza so kati ye ka PDM kakafunidde wano alajja kuba nga kakozesa bulungi abantu ku midala bakozesa emitwalo 10 mitwalo 5 naye bw'olaba save yaffe naye omuntu omwe mitwalo 2 aba alina kyasobola okukolamu
ddala twebaza lese kwebaza jjajja mwami Yoweri Kaguta Museveni ekisooka okutulondera amajjegere kubanga abantu bangi bayinza okufuna ssente ng'ezo tizitwalira abantu natakola ki nga tazituusa tubabaza okuba nga ali wansi omuntu owa wansi.
Today I decided to come to Karerwe market and see what they do. What I have discovered is that the market is overpopulated. Otherwise, even if you bring a roll of money here, you cannot complete this exercise. We have been in for like 4 hours and we have covered what we could. Through her, she has always been saying, money lenders bring money here, they give somebody 100,000 and they demand 500.
A beautiful initiative there by the President of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, through the Office of the Prime Minister. Now, in more news, government has launched the 186 billion Uganda shilling Kalagala Itanda Falls Conservation and Protection Project, a 4-year initiative aimed at restoring degraded ecosystems along the River Nile, protecting biodiversity and boosting tourism across 19 districts. The fully government-funded project targets increasing ecosystem functionality along the Nile from the current 10.5% to 95% through restoration of degraded riverbanks, forest reserves, and fish breeding grounds.
Speaking at the project's inception meeting in Jinja City, Moureen Babirye, the Assistant Commissioner for Environment Sector Support Services at the Ministry of Water and Environment, said the project will gazette and demarcate a 100-meter buffer zone stretching 2,400 kilometers on both banks of the River Nile.
So this project has been put in place by the government of Uganda to mitigate the impacts of the Kalagala, the impacts of the Isimba and Bujagali hydropower projects, the impacts that the project would have on the River Nile and associated catchments.
Kayunga District LC5 Chairperson George Waswa described the project as a major boost to tourism, environmental conservation and local development.
My call to the community, this is a good engagement and a good project to my district in terms of tourism, development, community activities. So I call upon my communities in the nearby areas along the shores of the River Nile to comply with our regulations so that we do compliance with support our projects for the good benefit of our areas.
Jinja District Principal Environment Officer Moses Maganda identified encroachment on forest reserves, illegal cultivation within the 100-meter river buffer zone, deforestation and illegal sand mining as some of the major threats the project is expected to address.
I want to assure the people, whoever is dealing in sand mining in the river, that that is an illegal activity. So I still call upon the people to ensure that they stop that illegal activity within the river. This project has come at the right time when government is putting in extra effort to ensure restoration of all degraded areas, including wetlands, riverbanks and lake shores.
The project will initially be implemented in Jinja City, Buyukwe, Kamori and Kayunga districts before being rolled out to the remaining districts along the River Nile corridor.
So let's work together
Let's commit ourselves as leaders. Let's work together so that we can do the needful. Things have not been moving on very well, but we, the real community members, are the ones who have been destroying these natural resources. So let's work together and we protect them.
Relatedly, the Minister for Works and Transport, Fred Byamukama, has issued a strong warning to the contractors and engineers overseeing the 89.5-kilometer Masaka-Chotera-Mutukula Road project over the slow pace of construction. Now, during an inspection of the project, the minister gave the contractors a 90-day ultimatum after finding that only 23% of the work had been completed, despite the project being scheduled for completion in 2028.
In March 2024, the government of Uganda launched the reconstruction of the Masaka-Chotera-Mutukula Road project. The works included the reconstruction of the 89.5-kilometer Masaka-Chotera-Mutukula Road, rehabilitation of the 11-kilometer Nyendo Villa Maria Road, and the upgrading of selected roads in Masaka City and the access roads to strategic facilities. The project is being undertaken by Chongqing International Construction Corporation under a government pre-financing arrangement. The road upgrade is expected to boost trade between Uganda and Tanzania by reducing travel time and vehicle operating costs, while supporting tourism, agriculture, and cross-border commerce. However, as of June 2026, construction is still ongoing, with the residents and business owners along the corridor raising concerns over the slow progress. The Minister of Works and Transport, Fred Byamukama, has inspected the progress of the project, beginning with a meeting with the Masaka City leaders led by Mayor Florence Namayanja.
That junction is a dead spot. It's a black spot.
Later, Minister Byamukama was joined by the Acting Minister for Foreign Affairs, Haruna Kasolo, Chotera District Woman Member of Parliament, Fortunate Nantongo, Kakuto County Member of Parliament, Ismail Kakalubega, and the other leaders for an inspection of the project. Byamukama expressed disappointment with the slow pace of the works.
Done nothing. They have just wasted time in plotting out to take the 150 billion. That 150 billion, that because the thickness of the pavement, we gave them 65% was weak. Yet the oil roads in Bunyoro, which are carrying the heavy equipment, the heavy lorries, some of the roads are 60%, some of them 65%. And our engineers have assured us, they haven't put in writing, they are still here, that what they designed can serve the country for 20 years, giving a bonus of 9 years, subjected the road is maintained after 10 years. But you see the contractor is moving with a few engineers, those even who are just bribing everyone. Support us, we get this 150 billion, we shall give you money. This is high level of corruption which we cannot accept.
He subsequently issued the contractors a 90-day ultimatum.
These people told us they are going to pre-finance this project. Pre-finance means you have borrowed me, that money you have borrowed, stay with it, use it, then I pay you with interest after 2 years. So they have been buying time, then after 2 years, Ministry of Finance will start paying them. So they have used the little money here, waiting when the 2 years elapse, which have elapsed, Finance will start giving them money, eventually they will use that money from Ministry of Finance. So this is stealing me. Right away you wait, very soon you'll hear. More people have been working on this project of Masaka Mutukula. Heads will roll. Go, what you have stolen is enough, go and arrest home without passing through jail. When we do our roads after 10 years, you'll come back, but by the time you come back, you'll find when you have done concrete.
Promoting ECD, economic and trade diplomacy. So I want to ensure that we connect we get markets for our products. Now, our neighbors here, Tanzania, this road has been affecting their trade. Equally ours, we have been affected because of the slow pace which these contractors are working on the road. So I want to appreciate the minister and his team for coming out of the office to come to the field and monitor and also supervise what these contractors are doing.
Meanwhile, the legislators expressed optimism that the minister's visit will help address the concerns of their constituents.
Because we requested the minister in parliament to come and inspect this road. So now that he has come in a short time, because I requested last month, now that he has come in a short time, we as the people of Chotera are grateful that he has made the effort to not to stay in office but to come and inspect the road. We believe that if what he has seen and what he has told the contractors comes to pass, then we as the people of the Chotera will be very grateful.
We, our residents, are facing challenges with this road. We have too much dust, they are not pouring water, there are too many accidents, the contractors are very slow, so we have reported everything to the Minister of Works, and he has interrogated the contractors.
The project remains one of Uganda's flagship road infrastructure investments and is expected to be completed in 2028. Amwaye Vanjuko, reporting for UBC.
Chisanja, no sleep with its foot on corruption's neck. But in education, government science kits program is improving science education in primary schools, with beneficiary schools reporting better learner participation, practical skills and improved performance in science subjects. Ministry of Education and Sports has distributed science kits to 20 selected government primary schools in every district to promote hands-on learning at an early stage.
Education stakeholders said the initiative has made science lessons more interactive, enabling learners to better understand scientific concepts.
Learners are interested in learning science. Rather than teachers suffering drawing diagrams, you can imagine drawing a diagram of a skeleton on the chalkboard. You can imagine drawing a female reproductive system, which most of us actually went through. So this is what we are trying to solve. Help learners not cram concepts.
This is the spine, and how that problem of backache all comes about. These bones of the spine begin to rub against each other due to overbending. When a person carries out activities that require him or her to overbend, the bones of the spine begin to rub against each other.
Head of Science, Dennis Okelo, said the introduction of the kits has significantly improved learners' understanding of science and boosted performance in national examinations.
Performance in science have not been high as compared recently. All along, children could be getting closer to distinction. If you count distinctions, we could get maybe 1 or 2. But in the latest years, like last year, we had 5 in distinction 1.
Ectopic pregnancy is when the embryo remains in the fallopian tube. This comes about maybe that person had scars or some infection. So due to the scars will block the passage for the embryo to come to the uterus. So due to that, the embryo will remain in the fallopian tube and it will develop there.
Nabasa, Technical Programs Manager at Riverflow International, an implementing partner, said the program has empowered teachers to effectively demonstrate scientific concepts while encouraging active learner participation through practical experiments.
Learners understand science in the most simplest way. Teachers are able to access the practical instructional materials that make learning so simple, that make teaching so easy, but also help the teachers to cover work in the shortest time.
Schools have been urged to properly maintain the science kits to sustain improved learning outcomes.
Former Agule County Member of Parliament David Ochwa has returned to the public spotlight weeks after losing both the parliamentary race and the NRM structures elections. Ochwa has held a Thanksgiving service with leaders from the Patriotic League of Uganda.
Ochwa claims he was assaulted 2 days before voting and had earlier escaped an alleged attempt to set him ablaze during a church service before the campaign period. He described the Thanksgiving as a celebration of faith, survival, and a second chance rather than a political event.
Today, especially, we are just saying thank you to God for giving us life and the grace of life. And now that we are beginning a new chapter with the community, it's not about politics. There is a lot the President has been highlighting, the 4-acre model.
Chelukula Parish Priest Reverend Father Chrysostom Oduchu said the service was a testimony of God's protection and urged Christians to remain steadfast during difficult times.
As a leader, he has been a very remarkable leader in our community, and we celebrate him and we thank God for the gift of life. If anything, that's the main reason as to why we come here in thanksgiving and praise to God. And as a local church here, we're proud of the work that he has done.
The event attracted political leaders from across eastern Uganda, including former Minister for the Elderly, Helen Asamo, members of parliament and NRM officials. However, the presence of Patriotic League of Uganda officials, represented by James Olobo Dubai, on behalf of Secretary General Fadhil Twaha, fueled speculation about Ochwa's political future.
You are hearing that is happening with PLU about corruption. We are not with anything at somebody. Let us be smart. Let's organize ourselves. There is going to be the election of the structures at the village, at the sub-county, at the district. Everything complete.
Although Ochwa spoke of a new chapter for Agule County, he insisted the gathering was purely a Thanksgiving ceremony.
And I believe this is a new chapter we are drumming today. And soon we shall have a huge gathering and huge rallies of PLU in the Palisa district. And we are ready to mobilize locally within ourselves. And your witness today, all NRM chairpersons of Palisa districts are here. That is a testimony and the direction that we are moving ahead.
Now, the parish priest of Namilyango Parish, Reverend Father Ignatius Chivombi, has challenged learners to uphold Christian values and become responsible citizens in society. He made the call during the First Holy Communion and Commitment in Faith celebrations at Uganda Matters Namilyango Junior Boys School. The parish priest of Namilyango Parish, Reverend Father Ignatius Chivumbi, has urged learners of Uganda Matters Namilyango Junior Boys School to embrace strong moral values and grow into responsible citizens committed to serving both God and their communities. Father Chivumbi was speaking during a special celebration in which 177 pupils received their first Holy Communion, while 140 others made their commitment in faith.
Bible in my hand, do solemnly renew my baptism promises. I reject Satan.
Through Christ our Lord.
Amen.
The parish priest also congratulated the Namilyango community for the peaceful conduct exhibited during the recently concluded elections of village women representatives and local council 1 chairpersons.
Do not relax from doing what God expects you to do while here at school, but also at home. Listen and obey your teachers here at school, and when at home, do the same.
The head teacher, Reverend Sister Immaculate Nabukalu, said the sacraments play a vital role in shaping the spiritual and moral character of learners. She commended parents, guardians, and the church for their continued partnership in raising disciplined, responsible, and God-fearing boys.
This year we have 200
2017. And our dream is to have 100% single-digit first grades, with those scoring aggregate surpassing the previous years.
The parents' representative, Dr. Veronica Sentongo, appealed to parents to cultivate a reading culture among their children, saying it is essential for developing future leaders.
Build faith before criticizing, before rules. Don't criticize them. Build their faith. Show them that we are praying together. Pray with them.
The celebrations concluded with a call to families, schools, and the church to continue working together in nurturing children with strong faith, sound morals, and leadership values.
Now, Rukunjiri District Speaker Ahabwe Albert has rallied Christians to embrace government projects which aim at eradicating poverty at household levels. He said government has introduced poverty-fighting interventions for every citizen. He was speaking at Rukunjiri Christ Believers Temple celebration of 8 years of ministry and community impact. A senior pastor at Rukunjiri Christ Believers Temple, Alfred Kaharata, highlighted the church's achievements in transforming lives through Christian ministry.
Get involved into government activities. There are these programs, the PDM, Myoga, working hard. The government is always preaching hard work. When you work hard, your family gets stable. A family that has everything will really find itself in domestic violences, and that one itself will create clear passages for churches to develop, will create clear passages for all these religious institutions to develop. So I want to call upon everyone, every Christian, to embrace government programs. I think it will clearly open gates of heaven for that person.
The message I give to all believers in Christ is love. Love your neighbors, you love yourself, just like the Lord told us. Do not segregate due to different denominations. He's Catholic, I cannot collaborate with him. He's Protestant or born again or SDA. Let us be one. Let us be one. Coordinate with each other. Love each other, because that's the message Christ left us with.
Now, a persistent water shortage at Kajansi Health Center 4 has raised concern among residents and patients who continue to struggle to access clean water. The situation is also affecting the smooth delivery of healthcare services. Lions Club of Entebbe Metropolitan has launched a fundraising for more than 100 million Uganda shillings to establish a permanent water source at the health facility.
Lions Club of Entebbe Metropolitan has visited Kajansi Health Center 4 to support patients and donated essential items including sugar, soap, rice and other basic necessities to the patients. The club identified lack of access to clean water as one of the health center's biggest challenges.
We noticed that this hospital has a problem of water shortage. So as a community and as Lions Club of Entebbe Metropolitan, because this is our community, we decided to come and add an impact on this hospital.
The charter president of the Lions Club of Entebbe Metropolitan, Victoria Namayanja, says the club plans to establish a permanent water project at the health center.
We are giving them natural water. We are going to come right here, do the drillings here, give them water from here. We are going to give them a water supply here. No bills, nothing. We are going to supply the tanks, the pipes, everything from trash. We are doing everything here.
The club has since launched a fundraising initiative to raise Uganda shillings 100 million for the construction of the reliable and a permanent water source at Kajansi Health Center 4.
Kituufu ddala ekizibu ky'amazzi kizibu wano e Kajansi ku lw'akasozi kubanga tuli kasozi nga we mulaba eddwaliro lyaffe liri kasozi, so amazzi gatera okutataganyaamu ekiteeka obulamu bw'abalwadde baffe mu katyabaga buli tutabeera nago.
Later in the evening, the club held its presidential installation and charter night, during which Victoria Namayanja was officially installed as the charter president. 26 new members were inducted into the club.
I call the meeting to order.
And now Entebbe Metropolitan, meaning we shall be having 3 clubs, and we need many more, because the more the hands we have to serve, the more needs we can meet. So
where the need is greatest, we shall prioritize health and sanitation, vision, environmental conservation, youth empowerment, mental health, and other humanitarian initiatives that uplift our communities.
Benon Mukwaya and Sula Kagugube, UBC News.
0.
And that's it for today. Till the next episode.
Like a daily bando, like a daily bando, like a daily bando. Omulirongo ulira muli momotsema kukankana like drums. Kalakata, kalakata, enendungo ya kusabura. Mikono juu, free of fire, free of fire, free of fire.
What if accessing government services became easier, faster, and closer to you? Introducing Service Uganda Centers, a new initiative designed to bring key government services closer to the people under one convenient location. Less movement from office to office, less unnecessary travel, better access to services and information. At the Service Uganda Centers, citizens will be able to access national ID services, passport processing, business registration, land and revenue services, and more, all in one convenient location. Whether you are in the city or upcountry, Service Uganda Centers are being designed with you in mind. Enjoy faster service, professional guidance, and a seamless customer experience. This is an initiative of the Government of Uganda, digitally powered by the National Information Technology Authority Uganda, NITA, under the Uganda Digital Acceleration Project Government Network. Service Uganda Centers, bringing services closer to the people.
MTN voice bundle. Ay. Load. Hey. Hello, Mama. Hey, it is me, your son, Opio. Hey, now, Mama, listen to me. MTN has the offer. Yes, it has the offer. You load from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. Now, they have free MTN to MTN minutes. And those minutes are there all day. So you load, you'll thank me later. Hey, Mama.
Load an MTN voice bundle between 7 a.m. and 8 a.m. and get 3 free MTN to MTN minutes valid all day. Dial *100 *21# and get your free minutes bully daily. Free or fire with free minutes from MTN. Together, our connection is unstoppable. MTN.
The Uganda People's Defense Forces invites you to the second edition of the UPDF-CDF Inter-Forces Drill Competition. Join us on Tuesday, 25th August 2026 at the Kololo Ceremonial Grounds for an electrifying showcase of precision drill, synchronized formations, discipline, and military excellence. Under the theme Precision, Discipline, and Cohesion, Pillars of National Resilience and Transformation. Witness UPDF formations battle for the coveted Inter-Forces Drill Championship. Who will take the crown? Will it be the Land Forces, Air Force, Special Forces Command, Field Artillery, Motorized Infantry, Marines Brigade, Directorate of Women Affairs, Military Police, or one of the 1st to 5th Divisions? The event will be presided over by the Chief of Defense Forces, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba. For more information, call 0392 947 455.
Welcome back from the break. Now, Minister of State for Fisheries, Robert Babirye, has confirmed government commitment to address policies that affect fish farmers for the smooth growth of the sector. Babirye's reaction follows unaddressed concerns by farmers that have hindered them from transacting fish business locally due to stringent laws at international markets.
Farmers training at the Aquaculture Research Development Center, ARDC Kajansi, have raised concern over farmers who have abandoned fish farming and export due to high costs of feed, misinformation and policies. The Presidential Advisor on Exports and Industrial Development, Audrey Wabogo, says that many fish farmers sell fish in informal markets with no standard prices, no cold chain and no contracts. The Minister of State for Fisheries, Robert Babirye, says government is responding to the Regulation Act and guidelines by August this year with certification to enable farmers access formal markets.
As a ministry, we are fully behind you. We also have, of course, a committee that we set up, all that is going to be established under the Fisheries and Aquaculture Act. And when we are in Parliament, initially there was no provision for representatives of capture fisheries and aquaculture. So we agreed with Parliament actually there should be 2 representatives, one for aquaculture, actually 3. The third for the academia.
The opportunities are here, the demands are there, and the actors are really in the room today. The challenge that I foresee it is really to translate this dialogue into partnership and partnership into impact.
The head of Aquaculture Research Center at Kajansi, Dr. Papias Tibihika, challenged farmers to seek technical information at the Kajansi plant.
And our current generation is actually performing very well because we have a strain now which grows 3 grams per day. It means if you are growing this strain in a period of 5 months, you are able to get something like 500 grams or 450 grams. That is a very big output from us in order to advance aquaculture development in Uganda.
In the meantime, farmers need to utilize the black soldier fly technology that is a cheap source of feed compared to silverfish. BSF larvae contains 41 to 51% crude protein compared to mukene at 37% with crude fat of 11.8% compared to silverfish at only 2.9%.
We have a fish feed factory which has the capacity to generate 4 tons of fish feeds. So we are talking about 2 fish feed lines, one for the sinking, the other one for floating. So in total, we can generate 4 tons of fish feeds per hour.
I've learned like a lot of stuff. I never knew about the aquaculture stuff and I've never heard of it, but I've gotten the opportunity to get to know about it, the stuff that is done, the breeding of fish, and at the same time planting of vegetables. That is a really, really nice project, and I think if it really goes on well, it would help a lot of people out there.
Kajan Center assures farmers that fish farming is profitable only when right fishing standards, affordable inputs and trusted information are adopted. Meanwhile, a plant nutritional scientist at Fedena Products Limited, Dan Mata Sengova, is introducing farmers into contract farming with organic farming methods.
More onto contract farming based with our outgrowers to ensure that they access and we seek for them best market, and so that our outgrowers can meet standards for the produce grown in Uganda to meet the competitive market standard, especially in UAE or EU.
Rihanna Francisco, UBC News.
Moroto residents and local leaders are praising the local government for upgrading the long-neglected Nile Lokisile Kobebe Road, saying the improvement will ease transport, boost business and strengthen security response in the area. Have a look.
For years, the 46-kilometer Nawoi Lokisili Kobebe Road in Moroto district was nearly impassable, forcing residents traveling to Kobebe Dam to use a longer route through neighboring Napak district. The poor road network affected trade, especially livestock markets, and slowed emergency responses in an area prone to insecurity.
From 2019 up to now, the road was closed. It was bushy. You could not even pass with a bicycle. But now people were just sneaking just to pass. And Moroto, when you wanted to go to Kobebe, you pass via Lopei.
We have our communities there who are settled in the Nile area. The road has been a nightmare for us to reach there.
Local leaders say poor road connectivity has remained a major challenge in Moroto, partly blaming misuse of road funds and poor quality works by some contractors.
Especially Nawanatau Acherere Road. You will see that the bridge there, which we have the health facility across in Acherere, and then we have also a primary school there. So it is, the bridge totally was not done. The other two financial years, that is 2023, 2024, 2024, 2025, I feel that the money was wasted. There was no value for money.
Ayepa also accused some political actors of interfering with technical officers, affecting effective implementation of development projects.
There are those ones when a civil servant is doing good work, because maybe they have their relatives there who are also civil servants who want to corrupt the system. You will get them always trying to interfere with others who perform well.
In the financial year 2025-2026, Moroto District Local Government used part of its 1 billion shilling road fund to grade and maintain community access roads. The Nawoi Lokisili Kobebe Road was upgraded at a cost of 823 million shillings. The works included 1 bridge, 3 drifts and 9 vented culverts aimed at improving access along the route.
Gravelling, about 20 kilometers, heavy grading about 40 kilometers. We have a 1 bridge that is 1 2-cell box culvert and 3 drifts, most quality rich bridges. There are 3 reinforced, and then we also have 9 vented culverts.
Residents and leaders welcomed the upgrade, saying the road will reduce travel time and improve rapid response to insecurity.
For about 25 minutes to be in Kobebe, which was used to take us hours, almost a half a day to go there.
Even going now, last time to Kobebe, we have been paying here 25,000. But now, the way the road is now okay, we have started paying 15,000 about the border.
They were concerned that several seasonal rivers along the road still require additional bridges, which were not covered due to limited funding.
There are very big rivers which need big bridges.
We are planning to meet the Ministry of Works, if there is a way they can take charge of those big rivers in order to put big.
And now in sports, the Inspector General of Police Abbas Biakagawa has launched the 3rd edition of the IGP Cup Games, which are intended to uplift the fitness levels of police officers and ensure better health through regular exercising. Biakagawa emphasized the need for officers to regularly involve themselves in sports activities, citing its importance in the development of the country.
In all spheres, because it helps our officers to remain physically fit as well as shed off work-related stress. On this note, I encourage all directorates, units and departments to ensure that staff participate regularly in these activities. I also call upon all police officers to take it upon themselves to exercise regularly, because it is good for your health. And as we know, health is wealth. But also broadly, we engage with our communities in such activities which helps us to serve better. We happen to appreciate each other, share challenges in our communities in a friendlier manner. This contributes to proactive and community-led policing.
That brings us to the end of tonight's news business. Thank you for watching to the very end. My name's Moureen Babirye. I bid you good night.